Good news folks, Lamborghini are back with another monster we have all known for some time that the Aventador is being discontinued and replaced with a hybrid, and today is the day we can finally reveal that car to you guys. Have a look to the new 1015 horsepower Lamborghini Revuelto. Looks like a Lambo, and it sounds like it's designed to behave like one as well. Lamborghini say this car defines a new paradigm in terms of performance, sportiness, and driving pleasure. We are going to come to the design details in just a second, but first of all, a word on the name Revuelto. I hope I am saying it right. Apparently it means scrambled in Spanish, but can also mean turbulent. It's interesting because this is Lambo breaking away from tradition and naming their V12 car something that isn't related to bullfighting anyway. The powertrain: this car does not get rid of the V12 and it doesn't turbocharge or supercharger either. That naturally aspirated V12 is still present, but this time it works alongside 3 electric motors powered by a lithium-ion high-specific power battery pack to deliver 1015 horsepower. As for the gearbox, Lamborghini's done away with a single-clutch robotized manual in favor of a dual-clutch gearbox. And yes, the car will also have an electric-only mode. I won't keep you waiting on performance either. It's quick 0 to 62 in less than 2.5 seconds and 0 to 125 miles per hour in less than 7 seconds, and a top speed of more than 217 miles an hour. That's quicker than the Aventador SVJ. By the way, that car needed 2.8 seconds to get to 62 and 8.8 seconds to reach 125 miles per hour, although both have the same top speed. And remember, this is the standard Revuelto. We might see an SVJ version with even better numbers later on. Okay, now we can have a look to the design. I don't think it's radically different to what we have seen from Lamborghini in the past. It uses the same Lambo DNA, and if you look closely, there are elements of Diablo and Murcielago in terms of the proportions, and the front end looks like a remix of both Scion and Hurricane Technica, particularly in the Y-shaped DRL lights at the front, although the lower air intakes below are more beefy than you would find on both of those cars. Look closely and you are going to see it has a lot of sensors for the advanced driver assistance systems, including parking sensors, a camera, and radar, all of which allow things like lane departure warning and adaptive cruise control. So maybe this is going to be the first Lambo that kind of drive itself after the Urus, of course. The rear end is dramatic to say the least. Again, you have got the Y-shaped rear LED lights separated by 2 high-level exhaust shrouds covering quad exhausts. Looks amazing, and below that a huge diffuser that's so massive it basically becomes the rear bumper. There is also a rear wing, by the way, but just like the Aventador, it's tucked away until you need it, at which point it can deploy to 2 different heights to give you medium or high downforce. Also, like on the Aventador, the engine is visible, but now you can see it more clearly than ever before, which is great seeing, as this naturally aspirated V12 surely can't hang on for much longer. As for the inside, it's changed quite a lot. There's now a new steering wheel with a ton of buttons. We are going to come back to that in a second. There's the new 8.4-inch vertical infotainment screen. The Aventador was begging for a new infotainment screen, so we finally have that lovely. Plus, the reverse selector is borrowed from the company's newer models, and of course it keeps the big engine start button as well. Notice the passenger has their own display as well. This one is 9.1 inches and allows the passenger to see the same data as the driver, so you have a nice pilot and co-pilot theme going on. The driver display meanwhile is 12.3 inches. I can't wait to see launch control flash up on that. Goosebumps. Okay, back to the steering wheel for a moment. This has buttons for adjusting the lifting system and the rear wing tilt, plus your turn signal and launch control, and changing the driver modes, of which there are 13 in total. These include recharge, hybrid and performance, city, sport, and an electric 4-wheel drive mode for if you want to go off-roading without annoying the wildlife with the V12. I guess what it's going to be like drive, well, it should be epic. It's got a V12, so it should be crazy loud. It's got 3 electric motors, so it should be crazy responsive, and it's got the best power-to-weight ratio in the history of Lamborghini, 1.75 kilograms per horsepower, and then there is a downforce. We don't know the exact figures right now, but it's 61% more downforce at the front and 66% more at the rear. Brakes-wise, we are looking at 410mm discs up front, 10mm bigger than on the Aventador Ultimate, and 390mm disc at the back, again 10mm bigger than before. There's a lot going on here, and it's very exciting how it compares with the previous Lambo V12s. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I get the feeling it's gonna feel a bit like an Aventador that's a bit more angry, a bit more advanced, a lot faster, and hopefully a bit more special. Imagine that. Hopefully we will be behind the wheel of one of these very soon, but until then, let me know what you think of the car in the comments down below, and also make sure you tell me how wrongly I have been pronouncing it. See you soon.